All right, Weege Show here is always brought to you by Honda. That is a Honda rig. That is a Phoenix Honda rig. This rig right here, oh, this is Boss Man. This is David Eller. Where are you headed?
Loretta Lynn's.
Come on, aren't you overqualified? No. You're gonna rebuild the thing again?
We've already built it. We've already cleaned it up from the mud. We've already fixed the water leak. I'm going out there with clean rugs, and I'm actually going for Griff Cotter's wedding.
Yes, Tim Cotter's son Griff is getting married at Loretta's this weekend, but I want to show that, look, you run a very successful construction company. You could probably find someone to bring rugs and mops, but nope, he's driving 7 hours to Loretta's with this equipment right here, rugs and cleaners. Wow, that is legit. Doing it with your own hands.
Gotta make it look good.
All right, thanks for the tower down there. Okay, so I got a tour from David earlier of the Phoenix Honda shop. Can I consider you a right-hand man? Are you a right-hand man? I really wonder about this. The very close connection between Michael Lindsay, now a Vital MX, but remember he used to have a small Honda team, and I think there was a connection between him and this squad. They always hang out. So that's the rig. I'm going to show you their shop. A lot of Phoenix Honda in the news lately. Not all the news that we can give quite yet. I thought I might be here to get a scoop. That didn't quite happen yet. But we can show you the shop. So David Eller is the team owner. The interesting thing about Phoenix Honda, as you probably know, they race everything. Off-road division. They race ATV motocross. They race GNCC. Whoa! You work here, bro? That was pretty good.
I'm the newest guy.
Yeah, so this is a new recruit. Your name is Jason?
It is.
This is what people are impressed at, Jason Lawrence. You raced at GNCC. You lived to tell. You're still here.
Oh, yeah. I wanted more after that, too.
Yeah. What, even a Arenacross? Is this what we're hearing?
Yeah, whatever. Something on a dirt bike, you know? So that's the cool thing about here is they are in so many different series.
Yes.
This is the dirt bike kids team.
Is this your idea or their idea? Are you coming to them? Are they asking you to do more? Or are you asking, hey, can I do more?
I'm kind of wanting to do more.
Really?
They presented it, and I think that's the best thing for me.
Wow. Okay. How did the GNCC thing even come about?
GNCC just came about as once I really had the itch to start riding again. After I went and watched Loretta's, me and Scott tried to put something together to do Budds Creek, the Saturday night Supercross type thing. We were going to do a bike build. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And then maybe I was going to go and ride at Ironman, maybe an amateur day or something like that. But that was too short notice.
Yep.
So the next thing was really GNCC. And Scott had deals with Babbitt's and with this team.
Yep.
But I thought it definitely was smart to do it with this team because they're in every series. You know, wherever I would want to go, they have the capability to take me.
Okay. All right. So that you were at least for keeping the option open if you had a good time.
Yeah.
And there was nothing about being back at the races on the line in the spotlight. That was cool. You're good with it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Because I would imagine for a long time that was not the kind of spotlight that you wanted.
Yeah, I was kind of trying to stay away from that.
Yes. So I was afraid once you did it and people were going crazy that you were going to be like, no, but it was good.
Yeah, it was fun for sure.
Okay.
That's all stuff that comes with it. And I think you start to miss that stuff, whether you think you will or not. So
yeah.
I mean, I've had so long off that it's so exciting to do all that it was just an awesome experience.
And you had your breakdown of it, how hard it actually is to ride the giant gas tank, the soft suspension, how different.
It's ridiculous, for real.
You thought you were going to be able to show some people what's up?
Yeah, I figured it, I could say it like this. If you're going to be my speed in the wood section, you would have to be probably better than Jet in the moto section in order to have a real chance at winning.
Yes.
That's how I put it.
Yes.
I'm not like Jet on the outdoors, and the woods were tough. But I think if it's something that I want to race it would be, I'm not trying to say it's easy, but I mean, it would be easy to get a lot better real fast. You know, that would be really realistic to say, I'd have a steep, learning curve.
Because you're starting from scratch.
I didn't fall one time.
Yeah.
You don't fall one time. You're not really trying.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone doesn't fall one time. There's 60 or 70 front fenders around the course. I'm thinking these guys all fell. So that was crazy. It was fun.
But it always seemed like, I guess our theory was you were riding a ton.
Yeah,
through the years.
I was, but more so in the 2010 to 13 stage. I was riding all the time.
Oh, okay.
But then when it fell off and I would have no presence on Instagram or something, that wasn't because I didn't feel like putting nothing on Instagram. It's because I wasn't riding. There was huge hiatuses right there.
Okay.
So if I were to have lined up healthy in 2013, I think I still would have been really competitive because I was still riding at that whole point. But then after that, I had to deal with Suzuki City at the time who was helping me out, and then just years of like not really racing. It didn't make sense for them to like keep helping me, and then I had like a big lull for a couple of years until LoJax then hooked me up in 2020. So I really did like 2015 to 20. I didn't really ride much.
Okay, so yeah, this is starting from scratch. This isn't you've been motoing for 10 years now.
No, yeah. A pretty big break. It's pretty gnarly. Like yesterday, it's like I'm throwing up. I was throwing up. It was so like such a shock to me. I mean, I'm riding at my buddy's house on a YZ250 with like no pressure or no like expectation, and then I come here and it's just, it was gnarly. It was real gnarly.
Yeah, I was trying to ask you. You were not throwing up because you have a virus. No. It was just that gnarly hitting a Supercross track.
It was like I went out the first time and I was like, I really only rode one time before I started throwing up, and it was just such a like I broke the track into half, and I was doing like two rhythm sections and a finish line section, and I was like scared to jump the finish line. Like I had the rhythm sections, I'm like doubling all the way through them, and I was so worked up just after that. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I don't know if I'm not breathing or what, but I think it's like if you had to just sprint, you sprinted as hard as you really could, you'd probably throw up. So that's where I was at, and then it was just super hard for me to like get anything solid down. Like on the way back, I was like dry heaving kind of, and then I just wanted to sleep, dude, sleep. So I feel a lot better right now. Actually, I slept like most of the day.
But again, okay, pressure spotlight GNCC. Okay, yesterday physically tough. You're planning on coming back for more. None of this stuff is making you say, nah, I'm good.
Nah, I mean, this is kind of like what I expected. If I wouldn't have gotten sick, which in hindsight, I could have avoided by like, I don't know, like eating a little more like smart or something, and even making sure I had more food in me. But I was actually surprised at like how I did at the track. Like I was kind of surprised, like without anybody being there. I had expected there's gonna be other guys and I'm gonna watch them for a while, and then I'll just go in and like tail behind them. It's gonna be so much easier. But instead, I got there and it was like, hey, here's this new track with ruts, and the ruts are telling you, here you go, bro, you're gonna go triple right here. And I'm like, well, damn, I wish the track was like a smooth palette so you didn't feel like a bozo going double. So it was hard, and I was actually pretty hyped on it. Like I think it did something like for me. Like I was thinking, well, man, if I could ride this, like they have a little whoop track, and I was going through the whoop track, which I was surprised. Actually, like check it out. Look at that, like bruising.
That's from grip. Is that gripping?
Yeah, that's from the whoop track. Yeah.
Gripping the tank though, like that.
Yeah,
dude.
So both of them a little bit. I was in the shower and I was like, damn. But that was fun, and I was surprised because you could ask like Randy Lawrence. He was my trainer. He would argue with me about going through the whoops because, dude, I don't do the whoops. Like I'll say it because I'm not a full-time Supercrosser. I'm scared of the whoops. The whoops suck, dude. They suck. So like I'll just go around them all the time at practice, and it definitely wasn't good for you. But I was surprised at how I was able to go through the whoops, and I was like surprised with the bike too, like for not riding a bike setup like that, or even riding a modern, like a new 4-stroke. Yeah, I was surprised how like quick I was able to feel like pretty good on it.
But at the same time, I would imagine you were very humble about GNCC. You're not trying to make any claims. Now maybe 2 months from now you're ripping and you feel different, but
yeah. See, I think I could do really good at GNCC, but I was really trying to not go into it like that. Yeah. And not only in case like what kind of happened would happen, but just that's not a good look. Like to come in, even if you are gonna win. Yeah. And you come into it and you're going to come in there like, hey guys, here I am. I'm going to come straight to the top and I'm going to win. And it's like, you better win then, first of all. And even if you do win, it's like, that's not the way to do it. So I thought it was awesome to do that. I was going to do the sportsman race maybe. Yep. But then they had the industry invite class. So like, that was me right there. I did that.
But same thing with Arenacross. You're not trying to make any claims like, give me 3 weeks and I'll whoop these dudes.
No, not at all. Like, I don't have any grounds to go on by saying that. Yeah. But I'm in a good situation because Kyle's done it so many times. Yep. It's like I said, if you could, I kind of thought maybe like it was going to be me and him riding on an Arenacross track the first time. And I'm like, I'm just going to follow dude around a few times. It's going to be great. It wasn't like that, but I think I'm in a great spot to have somebody to learn from. Whatever there is to learn about the Arenacross, it just seems like maybe it's intense. Yeah, seems I'd imagine. Seems physical. Seems fun.
About David Eller and his team here. They give you an apartment upstairs. They're just making life as easy on you as they can.
Hell yeah.
Do you even have a deal or anything, or it's just like, hey, give it a shot?
No, we're just on like what's up, bro? Like high five, dap. Can I come try this, try that? It's cool. So I mean, things are moving fast, and it's like I'm gonna go back to the point of how I say they do so many series, which is cool because when you were just upstairs in the conference room, I was sitting down there and they're like, hey, there's this other series that we could do this weekend, the Sprint Enduro. You'd probably be good at that. So now I'm thinking like, damn, I'm gonna try the Sprint Enduro. It's like 15 minutes, you know.
This is Thursday you're talking about this.
Yeah.
And you might, who knows?
I would maybe do that, yeah.
Wow.
Cool,
yeah.
I'll do like whatever, you know, like this past couple years, things blew up in moto, I think, as far as you might not be able to make money doing it, but if you had the support and what it took, you could probably travel the U.S. almost every week and hit like a Stank Fest or a Big Hill Jam or a two-stroke festival, a vet race. It's like, these are all things that I mean, I want to do, and however much racing I have to do to make that happen is kind of like what I'll do. And I mean, I think this is the best spot to do.
Okay, so that might be what's brewing here.
Yeah,
where's JLaw going to show up this weekend type of
that'd be cool.
Type of program.
Kind of similar to like the General Sipes, except just a little better, you know, a little more entertaining.
I was not sure how in or out of touch I was going to use Sipes, but I'm like, I don't know if he's paying attention.
Yeah,
you are paying attention to this.
Yeah, I watch
okay.
everything.
Do you? Yeah, was that always the case? Were you always engaged with watching stuff?
Sure, that's like my only thing, you know, like is motocross, and I know like everything about it. I was just sitting out there. Actually, I was blown away by how much he knew about the Verb videos out there. But I feel like I'm kind of like an encyclopedia for dirt bike racing.
No kidding.
I heard RB say it too, and I'm not saying he's not, because I know he is too. But he seems like he feels exactly how I feel. Like I kind of think like I know like everything about the '90s to now motocross. You can't beat me at it. I've heard him say things like that too. And
no, you got Villapoto covered.
I would like.
He sucks at this.
You
got him beat.
He might have faded out now, but like when we stopped racing, I know he'd known a lot. So it's probably like that with like everybody.
It's funny. I think you did a pod with Swap talking about your Villapoto days. He always speaks highly of you. Ryan does.
Yeah, I don't really have a problem with Ryan.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Ryan was just in the line of fire where it's like I was just aiming at whoever was the dude that you want to beat.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you can't argue what I just said because look at how it goes. Like whoever's the dude who's winning, I'm just beefing with them, you know, and like they don't really know why. So it's like
you were just beefing with whoever was winning.
It's so much easier to just beef with the person you want to beat than it is to be friends with. For real. I mean, I know, like I raced against Hansen, and I know like it was weird. I mean, I've never really said it before or heard him say it.
So long, it's like what's going on. Yeah, so being friends with the dudes made it hard.
Yeah, it's not the best, you know. Like with Hansen in 07, there was really times where like it was weird. We've never really spoke about it, but I thought it was weird on the track, you know. I was like, oh, can I get by him? I can get by him. Is he trying to let me by? Like, oh, does he think that was this? You know, like we'd be watching the races afterwards, and like one time I was like right in front of him, and I thought maybe he's gonna stuff me, and I like looked over, and we're watching the race. And he's like, "Why'd you do that, fool?" And I'm like, so then like next time I'm racing with him, I'm like, I don't want to look over because then he thinks I think he's gonna take me out.
Yeah.
So however much that really plays on it, it was so much cooler to just have that carrot in front of you, like hey, I don't like this guy, I'm gonna get this guy. So much easier.
About Dunge? Dunge is okay?
Could have been anybody. I mean, like,
so the only thing with Dunge was that he was the guy you were trying to beat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was. And I mean, if roles were reversed, like say if maybe like Stroop was in Dungy's position in 08, I wouldn't have went about it the same way, you know, and it might not have turned out the same for me. So that's why I think it is good. Yeah,
so now 15 years later, if you and Villapoto run into each other, it's all good. That was just a racing time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's funny. But otherwise, you're always watching it. You're always into it.
There's nobody that I raced against that now I don't have a lot of respect for, or will admit that I have a lot of respect for. Because when you think about it, out there in the world, like there's however many people, there's only so many dirt bike riders, and then all these guys who I race against as pro, they all traveled such a similar path as you. There's no way you guys won't get along when you can put the other shit aside.
That's pretty cool.
But there's people in the industry, on the other hand, companies and things that I feel like they like bad business that I really just don't want to be friends with you or talk good about you type thing, you know?
Okay, there's some of those, but the riders are...
Yeah, there's no rider where I'm like, oh, this guy, I'm still mad at this guy.
So that is cool. No matter what ups and downs you went through, you still always loved dirt bikes.
Yeah.
And the racing in general, whether you were in it or not, you're just a fan.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, dirt bikes gave me like, I haven't worked like some like job these past couple of years where it's like, oh yeah, well I have that's because I busted ass working here, this and that. Everything that I've had has been from dirt bikes. You know, all the connections that I have and friends that I have, it's all it all came from dirt bikes in one way. You know, like every girl I've ever been with, anything, it's like there's some touch of dirt bikes to it.
You're just admitting the truth.
For real.
It's
man,
not just you, it's the dirt bikes.
Yeah, for real.
Yes. So you're in a good spot, it sounds like, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who knows? We'll see you at some race at some point. That's the plan.
Yeah,
You'll be
you're
right.
definitely going to see me somewhere to race. Yep.
Okay, this was not a one-time deal.
Nah.
It'll be around.
Yep.
Jason Lawrence, unbelievable. I didn't even know if you were watching races.
I watch them all.
All right, good to see you. Jersey guy. No, let's do this better. That was terrible.
Yeah, we
yes,
need that. Cool.
Jersey guy. All right, I'm going to keep touring. That's Jason Lawrence. They got some championship bikes here. A big story of the Phoenix racing operation is Heath Harrison, the longtime privateer. There's Heath. Won some titles at Loretta's in the junior 25 plus class. And he's still racing now in the vet divisions, but he's also the team manager on the pro side. Was a privateer, then became a mechanic. Won some titles with Kyle Peters and Jace Owen. These are the Arenacross championship bikes here. There's a David Bailey shrine because David Eller, the team manager, was a Bailey guy because he's originally from North Carolina and Bailey from Virginia. If you lived in this area in the early 80s coming through, he was like the god, that he was the East Coast guy or Southeastern guy that could do it, so Eller loves him. And then a big part of the program is the ATV success with Joel Hetrick winning multiple titles, originally on the Honda. Now they're an all Honda team except on the ATV side. They have had to more recently switch to Yamahas because Honda doesn't even make their 450 race ATV anymore. And I think they had last updated in like 2004 or something like that. Yeah, so these are Hetrick's now Yamaha championship quads. There's Heath. We got some test bikes here, some things that we don't even know that are happening yet. But overall, talking to this guy, other things you got in the works, it is crazy. And you were at the ground floor, dude. It's crazy how far this whole thing is kind of gone.
What they say, started from the bottom, now we're here.
Dude, that was you. First of all, I couldn't believe you even wanted to be a mechanic. That is a gnarly life.
I don't think I did.
No way.
No, I wanted to be construction guy and away from moto, and then I got
It was so funny you
into
told me
the
that.
mechanic
You
life.
called David not asking for a job in the race team. You wanted a regular job.
Yeah, construction.
And how did you end up bouncing back here?
So some of the guys, I worked construction for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then some of the guys, or actually my old mechanic, I had some kind of mechanical skill.
Okay.
From being privateer, having to do everything on my own.
Yep.
So they needed help, and yeah, next thing I knew, I was full-time in Phoenix racing.
Yes, and double full-time because you're still doing some racing.
Well, then I wasn't.
Yeah, but nowadays I don't know how you're doing it.
Now I do, but
yes,
dude, it's fun. It's fun now. I enjoy it. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Out there with the guys in the summertime.
Just digging. In the trenches.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So they got a gym in here. I'm going to show that. That's Heath. It still says mechanic.
Yeah, we have to change that.
Should we take the plaque down?
The mechanic on duty sign never goes off.
Okay, you just never know.
Always on duty.
You never know when you're going to have to wrench. So they do have a little gym over here. This is cool for the riders. Jason Lawrence, you going to get in here and...
I wore that place out.
Oh, okay, there we go. So this is a cool opportunity with the Concept 2, the ski ergs, and a lot of cool stuff for the riders. And the riding, I can tell you, living around here, there are places to do it. So the old JGR track, which is actually owned by Australian family that races GNCC, and Josh Strang, another Australian GNCC guy, they bought that facility. But there is the old Supercross track there, and this team leases that, whatever business arrangement is, they're able to use the GNCC, the Supercross track that was then what's used for GNCC guys now, the old JGR Supercross track, and then of course Club MX. I'm gonna guess from here is about an hour and a half. So they have a deal with Club to be able to ride there. Like I said, they got the Yamaha on the ATV side, but the off-road side is all Honda. It's the parts shop in here, working on bikes. Is it rebuilding, or is there still more stuff?
Putting together.
There's more stuff? Yeah. More races? What do we got?
Well, we have a sprint this week.
Sprint Enduro, okay. It's still not over, even after Ironman and GNCC. And then Arenacross is coming back up. We're just taking a shop tour. This is where you can see, oh my gosh, the ridiculous rotation. The Genurican. Can you even do this right now? Gino Aponte. Donations, no more?
No more donations.
We're totally done with donations?
Done.
Yes, exactly. This has got to be nuts. No team races as much as you guys. This has to be a pretty nuts arrangement back here.
Oh, yeah.
And you have your hands in each one of those series?
Every single series. Every engine. Practice and race.
ATV, GNCC, Supercross, Arenacross.
There'll be close to 50 engines.
No way.
That I have to service throughout the year.
Gosh, man. And that's not just service, there's development too?
Yeah, there's a little bit of development on that too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
People probably shouldn't even see these numbers.
Yeah.
Good job, Gino. And this is really funny. This is an original, this is a little local Salisbury back in the day story on David. He's got parts right now as they're rotating through. Okay, so that's a little shop tour. You go out the back, that's where they have more parts, and then the rig that you saw at the beginning of the video is out that side. Anyway, this is about a half hour from Charlotte here in Salisbury, and there's so much industry, so to speak, around here. JGR brought a lot of it in, and a lot of people wanted to be in this area once they got exposed to it. So it's awesome to see this team growing and giving those people a home. Hope you enjoyed the shop tour. Up there is a conference room and the... Should I show the apartment? We're good with that? Whoa! I got hooked on that.
Easy.
Almost ended the whole deal.
24 will take you
ODI
away.
ad.
The 24. Yeah, the grips are so tacky.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway, this area is always begging for a race team to expand because of what JGR had here and what the Club MX team is really building down there. So this is perfect. Kind of in that wake of JGR. Gino, the engine guy we just talked to there, was a JGR guy. A lot of these people were. So this really works out for the best, that there's great infrastructure already built in. Here's a JLaw apartment. That's not bad. When they're like, come on down, we'll even give you a place to stay. Didn't even trash the place. Looks all right, cleaned it up. Must have known the video was coming. Anyway, that's Phoenix Honda, that's Jason Lawrence. Could be more news coming for this team soon, but anyway, I wanted to stop by. Thanks for watching, and Honda backs these videos, so it works out perfectly, right? Get yourself a CRF450R and 250R like those.